All right. Hey, Patriots, how you doing this evening? 7:36 here in Dallas. And as I had said earlier today, looks like they were messing with my audio. So let me know if you can hear and see me. Hopefully, because this is a very, very important message for people that have a business-minded mindset, okay? Because this is all about business tonight. And for those that, maybe you're not interested in a business, you might know somebody that is. And that's one of the major reasons of why I'm having this, because Antoinette and I just got off of a really incredible Zoom presentation. Now, if you would like that Zoom presentation, once I get the recording, I'll be more than happy to send it to you. And there's Crystal Rye, Andre Lee Davidson. But before I get into the aspects of why this is important, it should be pretty obvious why it's important. But as I've learned over the last several months, some people takes a little longer to wake up. Okay. So I'm going to, let's put it this way. I'm going to go and give you some backdrop. And what I mean by backdrop is I'm going to go in a way where you can see where things are progressively going. Okay. I did a broadcast where I talked about my early journey getting into like the marketplace. Okay. And these are, as I look back now, I go, wow, I wish I would have known. How many people have done that? Wow, if I would have only known. Well, the first instance of something that clicks with me now was way back when I was, I don't know, I was around 20 or something. Let's see. Yeah, 2021. And it was 1979. And I got a job at really a great supermarket. If you live in the state of Florida, you're very blessed. Now, if you're a money, you don't like to put any good quality into something, you'll probably say, oh, no, I wouldn't shop there. Because Publix Supermarket is, in my opinion, one of the best supermarkets I've ever shopped at before. Their prices are a little higher, but the quality is so incredible. Okay. So as a matter of fact, when Antoinette and I were in Destin back in February, we made sure that we stopped at a Publix supermarket. Okay. But that's not where I'm going. I'm going about something is I remember the day that I started, one of the cashiers was talking about a new system. And I was fascinated at first, I'm thinking, what do you mean new system? And she was talking about the fact that, where you could take a can, now don't laugh too hard, but you could take a can and just scan it, because they had this thing on the, what's that called? It's on the, what's that called? The groceries go over.
Yeah, the conveyor.
Yeah, the conveyor belt, right? And all she did was take the can and just scan it, right? And I mean, the look on her face was like, oh my gosh, because that was mind blowing. Now it's obvious. It's we were like, well, of course. See, now stay with me now, because this is where I'm going. But back in 1979, that was mind blowing. So let's fast forward a little bit. I'm stationed at Offutt Air Force Base, 1984. And I remember I went to a payphone. Remember those things? They're dinosaurs now. You might find one every once in a while, but very rare. So I go to this payphone and I call the house. Now, at that point, my wife, which is not my wife today, but I remember she said to me, she said, hey, by the way, our microwave got delivered. And you can call me, ignorant if you want. I probably was at that point. And I said, well, explain to me again what this microwave is. That was a new advancement. And unfortunately, they're using that type of technology now for other things, but that's not what this call's about, okay? And then I'll fast forward even further. And all of a sudden, I start to, instead of going inside of a bank, you could go to a drive-through. Now, where am I going with this? Well, hopefully you guys are following me, because things change. And the people that pick up on change in the beginning, those are the ones that really rocket forward in life. Now, whether you like Jeff Bezos or not, because I don't particularly like the guy, but you got to admit he's brilliant. He could be a brilliant crook, but he's brilliant, okay? Because back in the 90s, I'm fast forwarding again, it was around 94, I think it was. At that point, I'm living in I was living in Odessa, Texas, or not Texas, Odessa, Florida at that point. And a guy said to me, "Hey, did you hear about Amazon?" And I'm like, "Amazon? What's that?" And a guy goes, "Oh, I don't know, man. It's some kind of online bookstore." And I thought, why would anyone want an online bookstore when they can go to the mall? They're dinosaurs now. You'll see in a couple years, they're going to be gone, guys. Trust me. But here's the beauty of that, is that Bezos wasn't thinking about books. I thought, why would anybody want an online bookstore? Well, that wasn't his vision. His vision is he wanted to find out what people wanted, what people bought, and what people were interested in. That was the vision that he had. And again, whether you like the guy or not, that's not part of this equation here. I'm trying to show you something. So you have, if you go way back, we're talking about the scanners, right? Mm-hmm. Then we're talking about microwaves, and then we're talking about what else did I talk about? You can tell I didn't plan this out, right? The bank drive-throughs, all this kind of stuff. The people that take advantage of technology, those are the ones that go to the next level. You know what happens to other people? Well, there's three types of people. There's people who make things happen. That's like a Jeff Bezos. Then there's people that kind of watch things happen. And, those are people kind of like I used to be. Okay. And then this is the one you definitely don't want to be. The people that go, what the heck happened? So here's what we're looking at right now. And most of you guys, with the exception of maybe maybe Crystal, well, I won't start naming names because there's a couple people here, about there's 3 people here out of the 5. Now there's 12 showing, but only 5 that are actually had said hello. They're part of our team, right? But I don't know if they were watching me in February or not. Some of them were, some of them weren't, right? But they saw something. And those are the ones that are going to be richly rewarded. Because what's happening right now, I want you to picture something in your mind. And I brought up Bezos for a very specific reason. Because back in February, I made a post, and I'll tell you what, I still haven't found anybody that's found the post. But if you ever do find the post, please send it to me because I'd like to see it again. It said something like this. It was like, who would be interested in an alternative to Amazon? And I'm not kidding you. I had well over 200 people that said, yes, yes, yes. Well, granted, it's taken a little bit longer than even I thought it would, but that's how technology is. Technology, it takes a little while to get it up and going, right? It isn't happen like you say it and then boom, it's there. Unlike some people think, okay? But that's where we're at right now. Now it's not ready yet. But let me just say this to you. If you are the smart businessman or businesswoman, or if nothing else, if you're just a smart consumer, you're going to want to reach out to me and say, hey, John, could you send me the recording for that presentation you're talking about? And I'm going to say absolutely. Because here's what you're going to find. There is a customer network that is being put together. Michael Dreyer said that's exactly what you posted. Yeah, it was what I just said. I'm pretty sure it was exact like what Michael said, and he must have saw it back then. And what I want all of you to know is that is exactly what it is. It is an alternative to Amazon because Amazon is a customer network, whether you like it or not. I'm not saying you have to like Amazon. The thing that I like about Amazon is I like Prime. I like getting things quick. I just ordered a book tonight. Oh, and I'm going to tell you the book that I ordered. I ordered a book by Pastor Greg Locke, and I believe it's called Weapons of Our Warfare. I'm as most of you know, I'm a Christian. I really am a true believer. I really believe in God's spoken word. I believe every word that comes out of my mouth, I bring it out. And now some people don't like that. Some people say, oh, that I don't believe in that stuff. And that's up to you. I'm not here to try to convince you. I know it works for me. But here's what I'm getting at. I know that in a couple of days, I'll have that book at my door. Kind of cool, right? Technology. Back in the day, the only way you could get a book at your door, you had to go get in your car and drive to the mall or drive to the bookstore. Now, and I'm not saying that's that big of a deal, but with convenience and with the way things are moving, and please hear me, I was at a meeting last night. I'm telling you, well, I'm not going to include that in this message, though. Okay. Believe me, I want to in many ways, but I'm not going to. What I want to say to you, though, is that alternative to Amazon is here. And you, my friend, with a click of your mouse, can buy stuff off of your social media, just like you do with the Amazon. But in this case, you can actually make money doing it. And I've had people say, oh, come on. No, really, you can. Now, I've been saying this from day one, really. Well, not day one, because I didn't understand it back then. But I will tell you that if that's all you do, you can make some good money. But if you're the type of person that says, man, I don't want to leave money on the table. Now, some people talk it, don't live it. Because I've had people say, well, I don't leave money on the table. But then they do, okay? So hear me. If you don't want to leave money on the table, then you're going to find out how you combine the customer network with the business network. And, man, you've got a home run, a grand slam as far as that goes. But, see, you have to do something that some people just aren't willing to do. You know how the good book says you have not because you ask not? Think about that. Until I started asking questions, I didn't move forward hardly at all in life. Somebody once said to me, they said, well, and this is years ago. And I said this, I think I said this yesterday, but I can't remember. But they said, would you call Donald Trump? Now, this is way back when he wasn't the president, right? And I said, give me his number. And I would have called him. Problem is, nobody had his number. The thing that I'm saying right now is there's going to be someone here, and I hope it's not Michael Dreyer. I hope it's not Greg Graham. I hope it's not Sherry L. Jackson. I know it's not going to be Crystal Rye, Andre Lee Davidson, or Lizzie D. Now you might go, or for that matter, Renee McKenzie Ware. I know it's not going to be them. Now you might go, well, how do you know it's not going to be them? Because they're already part of the business network. I am telling you right now that if you are willing, and I'm not even going to ask Abel, because Abel, if you can't do this, then I don't even know how you're functioning right now. Because let me put it this way: with what's happening with the job market, you're going to need this more than you think you're going to need it. But for now, the customer network is absolutely FREE. That doesn't really excite me, though. I'm going to be straight up about that. I've never really gotten excited about free. I'm not saying that I don't accept free, but I always know that you get what you pay for. Okay, so free, okay, I'll take it. Free money. But for about $30, $29, what is it? $29.99, $29.95, $29.95, $30. You can grab a spot and lock in your spot with us, and then it'll average you out about $5 a day. And if there's people here that are going to tell me that they don't spend $5 a day, you can keep saying that story. I didn't say you go to the store every day and spend $5 a day, but between putting gas in your car, between whatever it is you're doing, I know you're averaging more than $5 a day. The return you'd get on something like this is crazy. There will be people that will break the bank on this one in a good way. Okay. So I'm talking to two kinds of people. One person says, all I want is tell me about this customer network where it's FREE and I still can make some serious money. Okay. When you message me, let me know that. Serious. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything, right? Because what I'll do is I'll send you the presentation. And as long as you let me know that all you want is the customer network, what I will do is I will put you on my list of people that's what they want. They want the customer network. They're not interested in the business network. And as soon as we launch our first campaign, because that's what we'll be doing, I'll make sure that we send the campaign to you that you can get involved. Okay. Now, if you want to be involved in the business network, in other words, do both, still message me and say, I'd like to know more about both. Very simple. No, there's no pressure in that, is there? I just want to know, what are you looking for? See, what I do with people, and I've done this now for 20 some years, I find out what people want. If I have the ability, I show them how they can get it. And in this case, Antoinette and I have a very, very good ability. It's really because of God. God has blessed us beyond belief. Okay. But God's word says that if you believe it with all your heart, then it's done. And that's really what we do. I knew that this was going to happen in our life. I've had many, many people speak over me. Pastor Paula White, some of you recognize that name. I worked with her for a couple years, several years ago, back in 91, I think it was, or no, I'm sorry. It wasn't 91. What year was that? I can't remember what year, but it was a long time ago. Okay. And 99, 98, 99, and 2000. And then in 2001, we moved. But I can tell some people are losing interest in this message because they thought I was coming on here to talk about Trump. Nope, I don't just talk about Trump. My life is way bigger than Donald Trump. Okay, I just want to make sure you guys understand that. What we do is we show people how to escape. And I'm talking escape what's coming. And in our call that I was on last night, that some very important people were on, they were saying, tell the people, tell the people, tell the people. So that's exactly what we're doing. So let's see. Crystal Rye, Andre Lee Davidson, Sherry L. Jackson, Greg Graham, Lizzie D., Michael Dreyer, and Renee Mackenzie Ware. God bless you. God bless America. I will be back tomorrow, unless there's any kind of a really headline type stuff happening. Go to the Patriot Business or the Passionate Patriot Telegram. Loads of stuff in there. Some of it you're going to like. Others, maybe not so much. So talk to you later.